half and half, and up in the eyes, the nose, and the mouth, and the ears.
The ears should be from here to the mouth. Because you put your glasses, so it's the same level.
Where we do expression, feeling with the face. Like there's the eyebrows, the eyes, and the mouth are what you can play with, and what's going to show emotion. So the nose is just, I see the nose as just you don't do much with the nose except place it. That's kind of the center. And then with the eyes, you can see if it's a sad face, the eyebrows are going to go down. And the mouth goes down, so that's it. It's slanted. And actually, the more you want to do an expression, the more you slant. Diagonals express feeling. If it's totally straight across, there's no emotion in it. It's kind of just neutral. So why don't we try to just draw that face. Can we go for another face? Try another photograph? All right, and here's the opposite. Go ahead, please. So eyebrows up, and the eyes pop. Actually, you can do the simplest dots for eyes, or you can do, put the eyeball for surprise. But you can also, just the simple dots are enough. So don't worry about it if all you have is dots, because the eyebrows will do more. The eyebrows can do it without the eyes. The elaborate eyes. It's kind of fun to do a whole eye, but it's not necessary. And then again, as I showed before, it's a frown going down. With a smile, it's just going up, and you can do that. Is enough. If you want to do a whole mouth, I have something I learned in cartooning that is just the greatest thing for a smile, or anytime when the mouth is open, and I don't know why this works, but you leave the teeth on the bottom, fill this with black. This is hard with the, sorry, we can't get any solid black, but just a little hint of teeth or the tongue, and your mind will either say it's teeth or tongue. It doesn't matter. It's just some indication that it's not a toothless person. When you fill it with black, sometimes it'll work, and other times it'll look like there's a hole. But if you put a little bit of white on the bottom, you could do the top too, but the bottom, it'll work with the bottom, and I don't know why, because you rarely see that. But it's a great, it helps to add a little depth to a smile. Let's see.
I just want to ask if you want to draw something realistic or not. In Sketchnote, you don't have time to draw something realistic. In the training this morning, I tried to do something realistic, but it's more difficult. If you want to do it, you just don't put too many details. That's what I was saying. When you draw an eye, you don't have time to draw it properly like that. So you just simplify and draw something like that, or just something like that. And it's enough. And for expression, you have to exaggerate.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes?
Yeah. Perfecto.
Perfect. So when you have someone who's smiling, you really do smile. Big smile. Not just a small one. Big, really big smile. Instead, again, like that if you want. I'm really happy. You just do it. Someone sad, or someone hungry. Really hungry.
So
Doesn't want to do it.
that's a good example of if you want to draw the realist, kind of a more, you want to do a self-portrait that's kind of, or a portrait of the speaker, and you don't want the speaker to be looking like, you don't want to be assuming anything about the feelings of the speaker, you just want a likeness, then you go with just, what are the superficial things? Do they have earrings, or glasses, or a mustache? What's the hair like? Is it curly or straight? Just do a nose, and what are dark eyebrows, light eyebrows, or thick or thin. And so actually this, I wonder, I have a timer here, and I was thinking to do a 15-second, because one of the thing of, with this kind of drawing, taking a long time to draw doesn't really help, except for learning just to do it over and over until it becomes easier. But the quicker the better to just get the essence. You kind of you don't want to think too much. You want to just trust your gut. What does it look like, and draw it quickly. So I have a 15-second timer here that will be drawing. Sorry about that. Yeah. So I'm going to just say start, and you'll have 15 seconds and hear a gong. So just try to do whatever you can do with that face. Go.
You don't have time to think in 15 seconds. Already?
Oh, it's good. Is that a good amount of time?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta figure out how to stop. Okay. That was enough? Did it feel like enough, or do you?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Then let's try it.
I'm not speaking for everyone, probably.
So here's another. Okay, this is sort of. Oh, sorry. It's a stop. It's okay. So here's one with, this is an angry person, but it's not a really outrageously angry, like you were talking about exaggerating, but you definitely know this is not a happy person. And so, kind of eyebrows going in this time, not up, but kind of at an angle down. And actually in this one, if you're doing the eyeballs, definitely having the eyelids right over the dot shows an angry person. You don't want a dot float. Like if you're surprised, the eyeball goes right in the middle of the eye. But for angry, this lid coming down is really effective. You kind of get the feeling, and then is totally straight, tight lip. So let's try that one. Okay, go. How did that go? Awesome. Good. Okay. Do you want to add anything, Sarah?
Yeah, massive.
This is 15 seconds. 15. 15. Right. So that's, you get a lot done in 15 seconds. And it can actually be, if we did 30 or a minute, I think it would be too much. Oh, you don't need it. You can always do more, but okay, let's, do you want to add anything?
No, that's on some, on a face like that, when you look at it, your first impression, you see at the eyes, that's the most important in the picture. So you can try to add more details to the eyes and just draw a simple face around.
How much how much care you take of the shape of the face? Because already between the two faces we have, one was nicely oval, and this one is more, this was more regular, and the second one is more sharp at the
Right.
bottom.
Actually, I'm glad you asked that, because one of the things I do when I do a face, I like to do, you kind of have an idea of the shape of the oval, but I like to do the expression first and then draw the face around it.
Okay.
That like for me, it would be, like if this person is doing a big smile like that, then I like to go around like that, rather than fit a big smile into an oval. Because when you distort your face, when you smile, it's not as much an oval. So it's kind of which is it. But I find it, sometimes if I do an oval and then try to put the expression within the oval, it's like putting text in a box, put the box around the text and in the text. That's what
Eric, what are you doing? The external shape first? The
Depends. It depends. When I draw for cartoon, for example, I don't see the shape of the face first.
Okay.
Because when you draw quite easily, just like that, or zero, depends. And I know where I'm gonna put my eyes, my nose, and it's easy. When I draw something more realistic, it's more difficult when I'm trying to do it first eyes and nose. Or the most important thing when I see the people, it depends on the people in front of me. That's what I was telling. In this picture, the most important is the eyes for me. So I would start with the eyes. Then I would try to draw the face. It's more difficult to do it that way, because when you do it, this example is good. If you draw the eyes, the nose, a big smile, when you will draw the face, it would be the shape won't be good, because you took too many space for a smile, for example. So when you draw the face, you have to go around. So it's more difficult for me.
So I think that it's kind of play around and do whatever works and trust your gut. And you can't go that wrong. It's only a drawing. It's only one drawing in
But that goes perfectly.
millions. So let's try to draw this one. Ready? Go.
Are we doing the same one again?
Oh, did we do this?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's okay.
No, we'll just get another. Oh, actually, good. This is angrier. This is, so you can see the change, and also distorting the mouth shows more, as I was saying, a diagonal shows more expression. So his eyelids are going lower down and at more of an angle. The eyebrows, it's kind of sloping. And also these lines here. So let's try that one. Ready? Okay.
One thing I noticed is that I do the expressions.
Say what?
One thing I noticed is that I find myself doing the expressions
Facially.
as I do.
Oh, that's, yes. Well, actually, I'm glad you said that too, because that's another thing about drawing, like gesture or expressive drawing, is that you feel what you're drawing. And I know there's been times when I've done a cartoon with somebody who's really angry or really upset, that my neck will get stiff and my shoulders, and you feel that yeah. But that's good, because feeling it is part of getting it out, that it's kind of, so. Did we do this again? Yeah, I'm sorry. It's all right.
Can you, how did you draw the mouth of this one?
So it's, you can add. But I'm not sure it's enough.
Yeah, actually, if you, go ahead, yes.
Thank you. I'm just asking about the hair because you have any advice for drawing hair? Like, should I go for separate lines or should I just do some kind of cloud?
Well, actually, this to me is one of my favorite kind of things, where it's like the hair when it's spiky, that's just great. You just do spike. It's kind of, when somebody has a softer thing, I would do, well, because sometimes if you do a smoother thing, it kind of just looks like an egg on your head. So it's a little tricky to get the hair right. But I wouldn't do separate lines, except in a case like this, where it's really, he's got little spikes going up. And I think also the hair, what you'd say about the hair, but it's sort of later for the hair, except when it's part of, wouldn't worry about it too much. And then, like, it's actually, your hair is nice, you know, you can do long hair, it's kind when hair says something, it's easier to draw. When it's kind of neither here nor there, it's harder to get right, because there's not much to hang your hat on, if you know what I mean. It's sort of vague. You have something about hair?
For me, hair are its own shape effect. So, when I do it, I try to see how they move, how difficult to explain this one. In this drawing, we can see it just has few hairs on the top going that way. So I wouldn't do it like that, because there is too many lines to draw. So just draw the shape of the hair like that, and with a big what's the name of that? Forehead. Yes, big forehead. So you do big forehead and just the shape around. So yeah, big forehead and just few hair. And for someone like me, I would do like that. Oh, you draw the shape. And for women, it's more difficult. So, but it's easier with when you do it with the black first time. It's difficult because you know you cannot put the shape of the head. shape of the head and the hair are larger.
I noticed that you put a dot in the center as opposed to doing the lines.
No, just a mistake.
Oh, that's a mistake. I was gonna say, it's kind of a cool technique, though. It's a lot faster than doing the lines.
You can do it, in fact.
Yeah.
When you draw, first time you have to find the center.
Yeah.
I do a lot, so I know where the center is. When you do it, you can put the line, just like that, to know where is the center.
But then you have to erase the lines. So you just do a
Yes,
dot and
that-
you cover the dot with the
The dot
nose.
can be enough.
Yeah.
Or nothing if you small drawing, you will find the center. It's very easy.
Okay, here's a nice expressive one. And here's a good example of the eyeball just floating. And actually this one with the eyebrows and then the extra lines above the eyebrow. There's actually, you can see that his teeth, it's not the biggest photograph, but yeah, you can't see his teeth very well. But anyway, let's try this. And this is another thing with faces, to just get a little bit of the neck. And the simplest, what is the person wearing, is like, I like to do that if I'm doing a sketch. It's kind of, is it a V-neck, is it a scoop neck, is it a tie, a t-shirt? That's kind of a fun, it's not hard to do, but it also gives a little personality to the drawing. Is there a necklace or a scarf, anything? And here's just a little tie and collar. So let's try that one. Okay, go. Okay.
Totally cheated. Pardon? I totally cheated. It started as soon as you put it up
Oh.
there.
So how did that go? I mean, I'm kind of wondering if there's a way we can show people's work. Technically, I can't think of, but if we can take a picture and
They can
show
airdrop
whatever.
to your iPad, you can airdrop or.
Okay. Oh, let's not.
That's
go.
good.
Not bad.
That looks like him.
Actually, I'm gonna skip
I think
this
this is
one
my
because
first one.
that's for the figure drawing. Okay, here's another.
Very sad.
So here's another, they don't have much eyebrow, but definitely it's going down, and the mouth.